Danny Ray Beard sat across from detectives, trying to hold on to the version of himself he wanted them to believe. The calm, non-violent boyfriend.
Mom knows, I ain't do this.
He knows you wouldn't do it?
My whole family know I wouldn't do something like this.
Why do they think that you wouldn't do something like this?
Because they know me. My exes know me.
He insisted, deflecting as they pressed him on Camille. The detective didn't shout. He didn't accuse outright. He targeted the truths Beard could no longer avoid.
I traveled out of state, and I interviewed one of your witnesses. She's scared to death of you. So when you say that, that's just another untruth that you're telling me in this room.
I know you're talking about Camille.
Every inconsistency, from his phone records to surveillance footage, was methodically exposed.
You see, they dropped the case in court, right?
They didn't drop the case.
Yes, they did. They dropped the case. You think I didn't get arrested for it? They dropped the case.
The detective said, forcing Beard to confront the evidence contradicting his claims. Beard's identity as a lover, a friend, a family man clashed violently with the reality of what detectives already knew. The pertinent questions remain. Who is Danny Ray Beard really? And what truly happened to Andrea Washington that night? Welcome, or welcome back, to my channel. I don't have many followers, but your single comment is a ray of hope for me. On the evening of Saturday, December 8th, 2018, Andrea Washington, a U.S. Navy Chief Petty Officer, returned to her home in Jacksonville, Florida, after spending time with family. Sometime after 9 p.m., Andrea was shot inside her residence. Responding officers later discovered her deceased from a gunshot wound. Investigators quickly focused on Andrea's former partner, Danny Ray Beard, who had recently moved out of the home following escalating domestic disputes. Although no longer living there, Beard still had access to Andrea's home surveillance system through his email account. Digital records showed he had been actively monitoring the cameras on the night of her death. Text messages sent from Andrea's phone after the shooting raised immediate suspicion, as they conflicted with verified timelines and suggested someone else was using her device. Further investigation uncovered a documented history of domestic violence between the two. Andrea had reported prior incidents involving intimidation, destruction of property, and physical abuse. She had sought and obtained an injunction for protection, indicating she feared further harm. Photographs, repair receipts, and witness statements corroborated claims that Beard had damaged doors, smashed electronic devices, and closely monitored Andrea's movements. Forensic evidence strengthened the case. Ballistics recovered from the crime scene were consistent with ammunition later found in Beard's residence. Gunshot residue testing showed particles on Beard's hands, contradicting his claim that he had not handled a firearm. Surveillance data, phone records, and witness testimony placed Beard in a position of means, motive, and opportunity.
Yeah. Were they close to Andrea?
Yeah.
They weren't? What do they think about all this?
My mom know I ain't do this.
Your mom, she don't think you did it?
My mom know I did.
Okay. How do you feel about what happened to Andrea?
I feel sick about it. What I'm saying, I don't see why y'all messing with me.
You're looking down when you say that.
Yeah,
and you can't even look me in the eye when you say that.
I'm serious because I'm tired of y'all messing with me. Y'all looking for the wrong person. Y'all looking at the wrong person.
How many times have I messed with you?
All these times y'all come to my house, get my cars.
Right.
I give you everything. That's what.
Wouldn't you want us to do that?
Yes, but I want y'all to find out who did this too.
Right. I did find out who did it.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you realize I have a warrant in my hand right here, right?
The warrant don't
hear me
do
out.
anything.
You got to hear me out. You realize that this warrant is an arrest warrant for you, right?
Yeah.
And you realize that I had to have a state attorney, a prosecutor, review this. And I had to have evidence to get this. And then after I have a state attorney review this, this goes in front of a judge.
Okay.
Do you know that?
Yes.
Okay. And
I got 3 uncles in the police. I know what all y'all doing.
Where are they police at?
Alabama.
Are they still police?
Yes.
Okay. Well, I can tell you, Danny, that you wouldn't be sitting here if you didn't kill Andrea. And this is one of those times in your life where you can make a decision to do the right thing or to keep doing what you're doing.
I didn't do this.
You did do this, Danny.
No, I didn't.
And I can prove you did it.
Okay, well, we prove it in court.
I'm going to. But I'm sitting here having a conversation with you. I'm hoping that you'll at least be a man and at least tell me, you know what, Detective Gibson, I screwed up.
I'm not finna say that because I know I didn't.
Okay.
I know I did. So I'm not finna sit there and tell you that to you.
Okay. I'm telling you that I have evidence that says otherwise.
Take me to jail. Let's go to court.
At the outset, detectives allow Danny to speak freely, denying abuse, minimizing conflict, and projecting calm certainty. This phase establishes his baseline demeanor. Confident speech, frequent justifications, and categorical denials. I would never do that. My family knows. Once domestic violence, phone smashing, surveillance access, and timing contradictions are introduced, Danny's speech fragments, repetition increases, and posture becomes defensive. Detectives exploit this divergence to highlight stress responses associated with deception rather than innocence.
All this evidence right here is you. If you flip about right in here, these are all discs. Surveillance discs, stuff I pulled off your car disc, things that I pulled off of your phone, things I pulled off of your Facebook. Mm-hmm. I've been pretty busy the last couple months. Okay. And I'm not going to step to you if I don't know what I'm doing.
Okay.
I mean, being a man is owning up to what you did.
I am a man. And I know I ain't do this.
I know you did it. For a fact, you did it.
Okay.
You killed that woman.
No.
Yeah, you did.
No, I did.
And we can prove it now.
You can say what you want to say. I know I did. I don't care what evidence you got.
What about the evidence? What about when the evidence says you did?
I don't care what evidence you got. You can't put me to killing her.
Are you sure?
Yes.
Are you sure about that?
Yes.
Okay. So 5 minutes ago, when you lied to me about what time you were over there and what time you left, that's the second time you lied about.
They don't.
That says a lot.
No, it don't. It don't give you the alibi that I did this.
It does when you've already told me 2 lies about being over there. Why are you lying about being over there?
I told you. I went over there to get the charger key.
Okay. Where did you park when you went over there to get the charger key?
I parked because I didn't supposed to. She told me to park at at the mailbox.
You parked in the mailbox?
Yes.
Okay.
She didn't want me to park in front of the house.
And how did you know that?
She told me.
When did she tell you that?
She told me on Messenger.
She called me. She told you to park in the mailbox?
Yes.
That's not true because I looked on there and that message isn't there. But I do know you called her. Okay. You called her at 8:55.
Yes.
When you were there.
I said on Messenger. I didn't say on Messenger text. On Messenger. She told me to park
called her when you got there.
Okay, so you didn't see no calls from her on there.
I did.
To me.
Yeah, I saw. Okay. Yeah, I'm not saying that she wasn't calling you. Don't think I'm not. Don't think that I think that.
Rather than confronting Danny immediately with forensic conclusions, detectives reveal evidence step by step. Text messages, injunction records, bullets, GSR testing, surveillance images. This gradual exposure prevents him from forming a unified defense. By the time the GSR evidence is disclosed, Danny's psychological defenses are already eroded, leaving him with denial, but no coherent counter-explanation.
So my uncle's police officer. I know everything they go on.
Your uncle a homicide detective?
Yep. One of them is.
He still is right now?
Yes.
Okay. I think he's going to be pretty disappointed in you when he sees everything that we have.
Well,
you don't think he will?
My uncle knows. You know I ain't do this.
He knows you wouldn't do it?
My whole family know I wouldn't do something like this.
Why do they think that you wouldn't do something like this?
Because they know me. My exes know me.
You know what's weird about that? You just said that? Guess where I was probably? Well, I'm not going to tell you where I was, but I'll tell you this. I traveled out of state and I interviewed one of your witnesses. She's scared to death of you. Did you know that? And she described how you beat her up and how you smashed her phone.
I'm not right because I don't know nobody like that.
Okay.
Oh, well, she knows you.
And she lived with you. So when you say that, that's just another untruth that you're telling me in this room.
You talking about? I know you're talking about Camille.
Well, how do you know who I'm talking about?
Oh, I stayed with her.
Okay. She's lying about that too, or
what?
About you putting your hands on her?
You see, they dropped the case in court, right?
They didn't drop the case.
Yes, they did.
No,
they dropped the case. You think I didn't get arrested for it? They dropped the case.
I'm telling you, the case isn't dropped.
It's still.
It's still.
But I went to court with her.
All right. Well, I'm telling you.
When I went to court with her, she told the judge, I want it dropped.
But she still got an injunction against you because you were scared of you?
What?
She got an injunction against you?
No, she don't.
Yes, she does.
If she go to court and tell the judge she want it dropped, ain't no injunction.
I'm telling you, she's got an injunction against you. I read it.
I know what I'm talking about. I was in court the day she went.
He's a smart dude, man.
Danny repeatedly insists the case was dropped, while simultaneously acknowledging court appearances, injunctions, and apologies from Andrea. Detectives present time-based evidence, text timestamps, Wi-Fi connections, surveillance logs, forcing him to maintain multiple contradictory narratives. The mental burden of reconciling being at her house while receiving texts claiming she was outside his door overwhelms his cognitive processing, producing confused explanations and verbal shutdowns.
She said you found some messages and went crazy and
I did find messages because she had naked pictures on her phone sending to somebody else.
Isn't that the same thing that pissed you off about Andrea as well?
No.
That's not.
Me and Andrea had problems when our problem didn't lead to this. I would never do this. I know, my family knows, God knows I would never do this.
Well, she says that you put your hands on her before you killed her, Andrea.
I put my hands on her?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
That ain't what she told my mom.
Well, I'm telling you what she's told the police, what she told the Navy, and what she told all her friends on her Facebook Messenger.
One thing I'm not worried about is the Navy. Navy can't
I know you ain't worried. You even put messages on there that they can't touch you. You ain't in the Navy.
Well,
and you're right. I'm just saying that's the extent that she went to. She let everybody know what you did to her.
Mm-hmm.
And she took pictures and let everyone know what you did to her doors. And she was pissed. And she was asking you to pay her doors back. And you were telling her you were going to pay for those doors.
Yeah, and I paid for them.
Because you kicked them in.
Yeah.
Why would you?
And I paid for them.
Okay. So my point to you is to sit there and tell me that you've never been violent with anyone and all your family knows that.
That's not being violent. It's like I didn't kick her. I kicked the doors. That's totally different.
Why did you kick her doors?
She pissed me off. Instead of taking it out on her, I kicked the door.
What did she do? That's what I'm asking you to piss you off.
They took my truck.
Isn't that her truck?
No, both our truck.
Who makes payments on?
I was.
Okay. She was telling everyone she was making payments on.
I know she tell everybody everything.
Yeah. Why did you smash her iPad?
I smashed her who?
Her iPad.
The detective repeatedly recenters Andrea's fear, injuries, and protective actions, injunctions, surveillance use, confiding in friends. This approach disrupts Danny's self-image as a loving partner. His discomfort surfaces when he reframes violence as kicking doors instead of hitting her, indicating internal conflict activated by empathy-based moral framing.
iPad.
Yeah, she had an iPad that was all smashed that she said you smashed.
Oh, my iPad.
Her tablet.
That's my iPad.
She said it was hers.
It's purple iPad. If it's purple iPad, got purple cover, it was mine.
You just smashed your own iPad?
Yes.
Any reason?
Yes, because I had pictures in there of the women. I smashed.
Okay. Were you going through her phone? Did that piss her off that morning? Not the morning she was killed, but the morning that you guys got into a fight. Were you going through her phone? Is that what started that argument?
Like, Andrea had understanding. Like, we went through our differences.
Danny.
Andrea knew, she knew what I was doing. She knew I talked to other women. She's in the Navy. She gone all the time, so she know. That's common sense.
Danny, I got video of you guys tussling over the phone. You're sitting at the dang bar or whatever. I can't remember if it was the bar or the table, and you're sitting in a chair. She's sitting on the couch, and she gets up, and you're going through that phone, and she comes over there, and you guys start tussling over that phone. So I'm telling you right now, I've done.
Yeah, it's a phone. Who won't?
Why are y'all tussling over a phone?
That's all. That's relationship. People go through shit like that.
I'm not saying people don't go through a rough time,
It's a
but
phone.
when you sit there and tell me that you guys trusted each other.
I never said we trusted each other.
And she knew what you did.
It never came out of my mouth and said
okay. What did you say? What did you say?
I said all relationships have problems.
Okay, had problems, but what did you say after that?
I never said.
Didn't you say you had an understanding?
Yeah, we had understanding. That's not trust. I said understanding. That's totally different. She know what I did.
So
she know what I was doing.
Did you know what she was doing? Did you know what she was doing?
I know when you were talking to someone else.
Did that bother you?
No.
It didn't bother you?
No, because I knew what I was doing. Okay. Why would something bother me? And
I'm telling you that I have Facebook messages that are totally different than what you're telling me. And you reacting and acting totally different than what you're telling me.
I knew what Andrea was doing.
Okay. So why were y'all fighting over a phone?
Fighting over her phone?
Yeah.
Why would I fight over her phone?
I don't know. I don't know if she didn't want you going through it and you were going through it because you wanted to see who she was talking to, but
I already knew who she was talking to.
Detectives repeatedly allowed Danny to fully commit to detailed stories about dropping charges, phone destruction, relationship understandings, and surveillance access. Once locked into these narratives, detectives replay them verbatim later and contrast them with evidence. Each contradiction tightens the psychological trap because abandoning earlier claims would signal guilt, while maintaining them becomes logically impossible.
Who was she talking to?
No, I have friends in the Navy too.
So who was she talking
to? Some guy named Terrence. I already knew.
Did you ever talk to Terrence?
No.
Had you ever met Terrence?
No. Told you I have friends in the Navy. I know.
When you say she was talking to him, do you think they were involved or just friends?
I don't know. I was doing my own thing. She did hers.
I don't understand why when I ask you a question like that, that's a basic question. For you to sit there and tell me that it doesn't bother you, it's odd because I saw your messages between you two.
Yeah.
And I know it bothers you.
It's a message. Okay. It's a message.
Right.
That's what men do. We play like we mad about it, but we're not because we know what we doing.
Okay.
It's common sense. That's what men do.
That morning, did you threaten her with a gun?
No.
Why would she report to the police that you?
The police report that all this was because she went through with all this court stuff, me going to court and stuff like that. That's why they did not press charges on me then. Because for one, when they went to the house, they said the only reason we didn't put a warrant out for your arrest because Miss Washington didn't open her mouth. It was all her friends. Andrea know how much I love her. Andrea know that I wouldn't do nothing to harm her. She know this. That's why they did not press charges on me when they put on.
She was scared to death of you, Danny.
Man, whatever.
I'm telling you, I read those messages. What about that time when she was sitting on the porch?
Okay, if she's scared to mess with me, why didn't she tell the police that when he came to the house and did the report? She did not open her mouth.
She did. She reported everything that happened.
She didn't.
I can read you the report.
I already know because the police told me. He said she did not open her mouth.
He may have been telling you that to protect her, but I'm telling you, she reported to the police what happened.
No.
And she talked about the fight.
She didn't report to the Navy did.
And no, I'm telling you, she did.
I know everything.
Okay, well, that day that you acted like you were in the house and you sent her a message and you were actually watching her on the video surveillance, she called the police that day.
I know.
Well, you just told me that she didn't.
Yeah.
Okay, she called the police that day.
No, she didn't call the police. Her friend called the police.
Okay, she had her friend call the police.
That's how I know everything. Okay.
But I'm telling you, she spoke to the police. Danny, I'm going to tell you this right now.
She spoke to the police.
Yeah.
Investigators systematically strip away Danny's attempts to externalize blame. Cheating, stress, misunderstandings, friends calling police, until all pathways lead back to his actions. By removing alternative explanations, detectives force internal attribution. His violence, his control, his surveillance obsession. This psychological isolation increases moral pressure and exposure.
I have not lied to you one time in this room.
When the police got there, he said Miss Washington didn't open her mouth. She said if she did, we would have came to your mother's house that night and arrested you.
That's not true. Not only did she provide a statement there, but she also went to court and got an injunction against you. And she provided a statement there.
The Navy told her to go to court and get an injunction.
Well, she still went there and got one.
Yes.
And she provided a statement against you.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
And like all the other times, she said, I did this and I did that. And the text message she sent me, she apologized for saying it.
Yeah. Well, did she send you a message that day apologizing for what you say is
she
her?
sent it the night before.
She did?
Yeah. And whatever she did, I let my mom and everybody else read.
Watch your arm there.
Detectives initially allowed Danny to admit to minor wrongdoing, breaking phones, kicking doors, checking cameras. Each admission lowers his threshold for accountability. The psychological slope formed makes eventual discussion of lethal violence less abrupt and more internally plausible, even if he refuses confession.
And then you're sending her one back. Now I got to go to court. You guys go on and on and on. She's telling you to forgive her. She tells you that she's outside your door. Why would she tell you she's outside her door, your door, if you're sitting at her house?
That's a good question.
Yeah. That's bullshit. You're over at her house. You're on her phone sending yourself messages. So when you go to court the next day, you can show the judge.
That's bullshit.
Well, I'm staring at it. It's right here.
Okay, so where is her phone?
You tell me. You took her phone.
Y'all the police. Y'all, this is y'all job.
It is my job.
Yeah, okay. Y'all did your job.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, we did our job. That's why you're here.
Okay, you ain't found with her phone.
You took her phone, but I don't, the biggest thing is I have your phone and I have your other phone that you lied to me about having.
What other phone?
And your phone I found on your bed.
Why did I lie?
You told me.
No, I didn't. I didn't lie about it.
What'd you tell me?
You asked me, would I have, no, you asked me about my phone. I said, yes, I have a phone. Then you I gave you permission to go in my house. So how did I lie about it if you got
Because when I asked you about your phone, you told me that you didn't know where it was anymore and that it had no service on it. That's what you told me.
That's my old phone. That's my other phone.
Okay.
I have another phone that got lost.
But that one was still active on your bed, correct?
No,
Yeah.
it was on the Wi-Fi, so it's not active on the Wi-Fi.
Okay. Is there any reason why there was a bunch of surveillance pictures on that phone? Were you checking her surveillance on that phone?
I got the what's called too.
You got the what?
My name is under my what's called under my email. Anytime they have a problem, who you think they call?
So you're telling me you had access to it?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, you're not living there is what I'm getting at, correct?
Yes.
You've been out of the house for probably 2 weeks.
Yes.
You've been living in this place on Vern Drive for probably 1 week. You were living at your mom's before that, and then you moved into this place. Oh, you
I've
weren't?
been at Vern Drive.
How long?
I've been at Vern Drive. Probably about 3 weeks. I just stayed at my mom's house. My stuff been at Vern Drive.
So you've been over there for about 3 weeks. But why did you continue to check her surveillance?
Detectives exploit Danny's access to Andrea's cameras. Surveillance behavior is framed not as technical access, but as psychological monitoring. This reframing positions him as controlling and obsessive, which aligns with motive theory and undermines his portrayal of disinterest after separation.
But you still didn't answer my question.
What?
Why are you checking her video?
If it's on my phone, if it's under my what's called, I can actually do anything if it's under my email.
I get that. I'm not sweating you on that and saying that you didn't have a right to if you had access. If you had access, but I'm asking you what, because I'm telling you right now, when I dumped your phone, there was like
I'm checking on her.
You were just checking on her.
She said she's scared to stay in the house by herself.
But you knew she had her family there all day.
Yeah.
So why would
she texts me all day. She texts me when they left.
See how that looks though? It looks like you're being kind of possessive. See how it looks to us though? I'm just telling you how it looks though.
When she told me she scared to stay at the house by herself, that's when I would start checking her.
Now, can you explain, and I hate to keep harping on these messages, but can you explain why she would send you a text that she's at your house on the 16th at 9:30 when you in fact are in her house? I mean, it's right. I got it right here. Danny, I'm sorry, but it's what it is. I'm not happy with you anymore. That's why I lied, because you wouldn't leave. I'm sorry. Can you open the door? I'm outside your house. Are you going to tell me that you didn't send that?
No.
You're not going to tell me that, okay?
No. Why would
you did send it.
Why would I send something like that?
To help you, in court.
That's something. That's something I'm not worried about. It's her phone.
Right. But why would she say I'm outside?
If I had her phone, you can track her phone in my house. You'll know where her phone is.
Yes, it wasn't at your house.
Okay, so I don't have it.
Right, but that's my point. You were at her house.
Yeah, you were at her house getting the charger key.
Why would she send you a text message saying that she's at your house? That makes no sense. You're setting the stage here, Danny.
I'm not saying nothing. Like I said, we can deal with it in court however y'all want.
Okay. I thought we were going to have an open dialogue, you and I.
It is open dialogue.
No, you keep saying...
You asking me, you already convict me of this.
I haven't convicted you.
How come you just said I'm on the arrest for...
Throughout the interrogation, detectives dominate pacing and transitions. When Danny attempts to redirect, y'all already convicted me. Detectives calmly reclaim control. This imbalance reinforces subordinate psychology, reducing resistance and increasing acquiescence, even as Danny continues verbal denial.
Yeah.
Danny, I know, and I've already said this once, but I think you kind of interrupted me. I already know the who, the what, the when, the where. I just don't know the why.
Okay, and y'all ain't told me nothing. Y'all ain't told me how she died. Y'all ain't told me nothing.
You can tell me how she died because you were there.
Okay.
You killed her.
Whatever you say.
Okay.
Whatever you say. Y'all got all this evidence, but y'all don't have, y'all got a phone.
We got all this evidence, and like I said, it's going to make you look really bad.
You don't have a phone. Y'all not telling me how she died. Y'all don't know how she died. I'm like, man, come on.
Yeah, you know she was shot.
Come on, man.
That's why I've asked you about a gun. You know that.
Okay.
And you also know that when we searched your house, we found the same type of bullets that we found at the scene.
Okay, and she has it. If y'all do y'all job, it's in a box.
Why would you tell me? Why would you tell me? Why would you tell me that you didn't own a gun when I find bullets in your house?
Okay, because...
And then you have a witness that says, yeah,
because her kids was there. She gave it to me when her kids was there.
No. Bullets in your house.
Yes, she gave me the pistol when her kids was there.
Okay, so...
Okay, I got the pistol and the bullets. When the kids left, she got the gun back.
When did the kids leave?
Right. Because she went and took them to Texas.
She took them to Texas while you were still at the house.
Yes.
Right. So there's no reason for you to have bullets unless you own a gun. And there's also you wouldn't have bullets to a gun that your close personal friend who's been sticking up for you this whole time said he saw a gun in your house.
Yes. And I told him that. I said, yes, it's under. He knew who it was.
Detectives communicate certainty without disclosing full investigative limits. Statements like, I already know the who, what, when, were just not the why exploit Danny's assumption that police hold overwhelming, unseen evidence. This perceived imbalance encourages resignation rather than resistance, causing him to shift from proactive defense to passive deflection. Whatever you say, we'll deal with court.
Her family knows you killed her, and they're probably just telling you that to keep you at arm's length. But I've talked to her family. I've talked to her family at least once a week, if not more.
Yeah,
so I know what they think.
Talk to her son.
I know what they think. Okay, I'm telling you that right now. I know what they think.
Okay.
Her twin brother Avery, he's got my phone number on his phone, not my city phone, not the phone number you had, not my desk phone number, but my personal cell. Okay. So I'm telling you right now, they think you're a cold-blooded killer.
Well, Everybody think that.
Yeah.
Yeah, the jury's going to think that too.
Okay. Well,
That's going to be your ass.
Take it in front of the jury.
You killed her, Danny, and then you're going to sit there and act like you don't give two shits.
I'm not saying I don't give two shits because I know I
How many
do
times you call me
it. For what?
to check on this case?
None. Because I got somebody that's telling me do not say nothing.
Well, I'm telling you right now, that's not normal behavior.
That's why I have.
If somebody killed my fiance or my wife or my girlfriend or my sister,
why you think I'm talking to her son?
I don't know. I also know you try to pin her son on some bullshit phone calls and harassing phone calls. You try to put that on him.
I'm trying to put that on him.
You told her he was the one that was sending her harassing phone calls.
Okay, and someone from Guam was.
I talked to the PI, and you know who he thinks was doing it?
I already know. Talking about Mr. Brown.
I sat and interviewed Mr. Brown for some time. He showed me a bunch of paperwork, a bunch of stuff he did, and he told me straight up, you were the one doing it.
Okay, so if I wasn't doing it, why didn't you press charges on me then? Why she go down there and
I
drop
don't know. I wish they would have pressed charges on you the first time you beat her up, because then she'd still be alive.
Yeah, that's why they press charges on me then, because they know I ain't do nothing. That's why. If they thought I did something that night, they would came to my mama's house and got it. Just like the police said.
Yeah, it's a process.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It's like this is a process.
And even though they went and got a warrant for you, they were still gathering evidence on that case.
And they didn't get a warrant for me.
What's that?
They didn't get a warrant for me.
They did or didn't?
They didn't.
Yeah, it's because they were still trying to get evidence that we have in this book. Receipts from the handyman from where you kicked in the door, pictures of the door where you kicked in the doors, the actual doors themselves, picture of the tablet you busted up, the report that she wrote, that she submitted electronically saying what happened. All that is what they were waiting on. And it came too late.
Detectives replay Danny's own words, his denials, acknowledgments of breaking phones, smashing tablets, monitoring surveillance. Hearing his statements repeated in neutral tones forces psychological ownership. Danny no longer controls interpretation of his language, causing visible frustration and retreat into silence.
I don't know what to tell you because I didn't do this.
Okay. I'm going to go outside and I'm going to finish this arrest report. If you need something, just knock on the door. Okay. All right. Just give us about 15 or 20 minutes and we'll get you over. Wire's right. All right. All right, yeah, we're gonna walk on over to the jail, all right? Is there anything else? Anything else you want to talk about? You all done? All right. As a matter of fact, just sit down right there.
Just kind of sit there and then turn that chair toward us a little bit. That way your legs on the back.
Is that all right? Not too tight?
Okay.
Is that all right? Put your feet up there for me. Yeah, throw that one up there. You have to keep them both up there, I think.
Near the end, detectives reduce engagement and allow Danny to sit in emotional isolation. This silence denies him further narrative control. The withdrawal solidifies dominance, leaving him alone with collapsing defenses, unresolved contradictions, and the reality of the evidence. The interrogation systematically dismantled the suspect's credibility while lawfully preserving the admissibility of evidence. Through controlled questioning, incremental confrontation, and strategic presentation of forensic, digital, and testimonial proof, detectives exposed repeated contradictions regarding timelines, domestic violence, phone usage, surveillance access, and firearm possession. Although no confession was obtained, the interview achieved a critical legal objective, establishing mens rea, motive, opportunity, and consciousness of guilt. The suspect's own statements corroborated physical evidence and prior reports, strengthening prosecutorial theories of intent and control. Collectively, the interrogation created a coherent, evidentiary narrative sufficient to survive suppression challenges and support conviction beyond reasonable doubt. According to official court records, Danny Ray Beard, the suspect in the 2018 murder of Andrea Washington, pleaded guilty to second-degree murder on June 21, 2023. At his sentencing on July 7, 2023, the court gave him a 30-year prison term under a negotiated plea agreement, with a 25-year mandatory minimum. He also received credit for approximately 4 years and 7 months of time he had already served since his arrest in December 2018.